In the beginning there was chaos, and so the island of Skyloft came to life and became a place of peace, far away from the horrors of evil. But what happened to it after the events of Skyward Sword? Where did it go? Skyloft was created at the end of the era of the goddess of Hylia, when a crack in the earth appeared, and from the fissure came Demise and his demonic hordes. They launched a massive assault on the world known as the Surface, burning forests to ashes, choking the land's sweet springs and killing without hesitation. Hylia gathered the surviving hylians on a small outcropping of land and sent them along with the Triforce Skyward to protect them and the sacred relic from the demonic hordes that had overrun the surface world. The plot of this land became known as the Isle of the Goddess, and along with other floating islands became the new home of the hylians, known as Skyloft. In order to keep the sacred power from falling into the hands of Demise, Hylia also hid the portals to the 3 pieces of the Triforce within Sky Keep, and enshrined the Goddess Sword inside the statue of the Goddess, to be found by a chosen hero when the time was right. Skyloft remained in the sky above the clouds for generations. Knowledge of the surface and the origins of Skyloft became nothing more than a mere legend, despite knowledge of their origins dwindling. However, the present people of Skyloft still knew of the goddess Hylia and believed she watched over them, unaware that she was living among them in a mortal form in what was known as the Sky Era. But after the events of Skyward Sword, Skyloft some sort of disappeared. It's nowhere to be seen in the Minish Cap. What happened to it? Well, we know what happened to the Isle of the Goddess. Upon completion of the Sky Keep, Link and Vi are seen atop of the statue, where he uses the Triforce to wish for the destruction of Demise. The statue then falls to the sealed grounds along with the rest of the island it rests on. But the other parts of Skyloft did not fall down, they stayed up there, in the sky, high above the clouds. After taking a good look at the tribes from the Minish Cap and Skyward Sword, and the differences in the 2 worlds, I came up with 2 possible options. One regarding the Wind Tribe and the other one about Hyrule Town in the Minish Cap. First up, the Wind Tribe. After living with the wind for a long time, the tribe gained mastery over it. They eventually abandoned the wind ruins and used their wind magic to move their palace to the cloud tops and keep it suspended there. They took their wind element with them and placed it in the Palace of Winds, guarding its entrance ever since. The tribe constructed Mazal to repel intruders and guard a stone tablet on top of the Fortress of Winds. The tablet tells those seeking the wind element that the tribe moved to the sky and instructs adventurers to use the ocarina that Zepha drops. Now in the ending cutscene of Skyward Sword, we can see that Link and Zelda stay on the surface while Groose and the others return to Skyloft. What probably happened is that some stayed on Skyloft and others went to the surface just like Link and Zelda. And so 2 kingdoms started to develop. The Kingdom of the Wind Tribe and the Kingdom of the Hylians. And the Wind Tribe created the Wind Ruins, Fortress of Winds and the Cloud Tops and made this their home. So Skyloft kind of branched off. A part of the Hylians went to the surface and the others remained on Skyloft. But Dr.Wily, Skyloft is gone in the Minish Cap, and the Wind Tribe had to use magic to build a new island. But why? Well, the Isle of the Goddess possessed a lot of power, and I think it was because of this power that Skyloft was able to float in the sky. But Link and Vi brought the isle down to the surface, and so Skyloft's power started to decrease and over time vanished. So the Wind Tribe had to stay on the surface for a while until they figured out how to get the island back up in the sky again. There are a couple of clues that hint towards the fact that they are descendants of the inhabitants of Skyloft. First one, they all have red hair, just like Groose. He returned to Skyloft and probably stayed there, so they could be relatives to Groose. Second one, much like the Skyloftian people, the Wind Tribe also sometimes referred to the land below as the surface. Third one, the Wind Tribe seemed to be on good terms with many of the races in Hyrule before leaving for the sky. They were the favorite people of King Gustav, an ancient king of Hyrule, and the Minish built statues for them long ago. This could be because they have known each other for a long time. Both the citizens of Hyrule and the people of the Wind Tribe lived together on Skyloft, so that's where the connection came from. The second possible answer is that Skyloft came down to the ground and over time transformed into Hyrule Town and Castle. With the power of the Goddess Isle gone, it had to come down and it would make sense for the Skyloftian people to stay. And over time it changed into the more advanced Hyrule Town and Castle. There are two clues that support this. First one, if you compare the map of the Minish Cap with Skyward Sword, then you can see that both Hyrule Town and Skyloft are in the middle of the map. So if Skyloft came down to the surface, then it would land on the location of Hyrule Town. Second one, Hyrule Town and Castle is the only settlement in the game that looks like Skyloft. There's nothing that even resembles it. But so you see that Skyloft did not disappear, it just changed over time. You know what? Click in the upper right corner to vote. Yes, YouTube has a voting system now, some sort of a poll thing. Yes, it works for mobile users, yes it works for desktop, it works for everybody. And I will put the results on my Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Links to my social media are in the description down below and on the screen right now. Great that you watched this video. Don't forget to answer the poll and to follow me on my social media so you can see the results. And why not click on the videos on the screen right now or subscribe? Then you can watch more or you will stay up to date.